Okay, so your child screams, "You're not the boss of me," after you give them an instruction. What do you say? So I'm imagining I asked her to take a shower and she says, "You're not the boss of me." First of all, that would be very uncharacteristic of her. She really doesn't speak to me in this way. But let's imagine that she did. Okay, let's imagine she took it there. It's always possible, right? So she says, "You're not the boss of me," when I ask her to go take a shower. Wow, okay. I would come close, I would slow down, and I would reflect. That's the first thing I would do. Wow, okay. You're saying I'm not the boss of you. That's kind of true. This is your body, and I'm asking you to go take a shower. Okay. It seems like what you're trying to tell me is you're not ready to take a shower. Is that right? Okay. Okay. Can you think of another way to tell me that? Yeah. Mommy, that's not going to work for me right now. I'd like to go do X, Y, and Z. Okay. You know what? Actually, I can reconsider. Thank you for communicating to me in a respectful way. And next time you can just let me know. Because I feel like when we start yelling at each other and attacking each other, it just gets in the way of us relating to one another. So you can just let me know next time it's not going to work for you. And I'm going to try my best to be flexible as your mom. I'm not going to always be able to give you that flexibility, but right now I have it. So yeah, go ahead. Now let's imagine we couldn't be flexible and this was something that they needed to get done. Let me think of another one. Let's imagine I'm asking her to put her shoes on. We need to head out the house. And she's like, "You're not the boss of me." Okay. Again, something about this is not working for you. Can you tell me more? Is it the shoe? Is it the way I'm talking to you? I guess what I would lean into is feedback. Like urging her to use her communication skills to give me feedback about where the breakdown is happening. That would be my first step. Now again, she's 7. So, yeah, even if she was 4 though, I would still be like, "Okay, something about this is not working. Can you help me understand?" And then we would talk further about it. But I think the key when my if my child was screaming at me, my key would be to slow down. So I guess what I'm trying to say is whether or not I'm in a time crunch, I would do my best to slow the moment down and try not to power through and say, "Try that again. Don't talk to me like that." I would see it as feedback first, and I would try to my best to hear the message and understand where the breakdown happened. Because this is not typically how we talk to each other. And I think that's the key is like if I'm back talking my child, they back talking me. It's just kind of this way of relating to each other. If that's normal in the dynamic, it's going to be very hard to break that pattern. We have to start by breaking the pattern because when my child back talks me, and I guess I don't really see it as back talk, I see it as feedback. And I think that's like the key there is like, it's not really back talk, it's not disrespect. It's a form of communication and feedback. Sure, it's not the best, okay? And we definitely want to coach them. Hey, well, you can't be talking to me any other way, any so kind of way. But that's not how I talk to my kid. I don't say you can't be talking to me any kind of way. I kind of talk to her with a level of respect. So I will say, "Hey, okay, I'm reflecting back. It sounds like something's not working for you. Like, help me understand." And this is where I have to practice a lot of patience and a lot of compassion. And it's not easy. And I don't always get it right. I have the benefit right now to kind of talk as I'm calm to talk about these things. But let's be so for real. Like, it's not always this case. But I do think there's a level of respect I have to meet my child, even in those moments where I perceive they're disrespecting me. That's where I think the breakdown happens with us parents is our child. We perceive disrespect, so then we get disrespectful and we add a layer of fuel to the fire that just doesn't help. And it actually perpetuates these ways of interacting with each other that's unhealthy and toxic. So look at it as feedback. That's my first kind of piece of advice. Let me know down in the comments what y'all got going on, what questions you have. I really see this as a long series that we can kind of talk together as a community. So let me know what your thoughts are.